Hi everyone. We've nearly made it to the end of a tumultuous year. So today I have come onto campus to send you this message and to acknowledge some of the fantastic achievements of our staff and our broader community in 2020. I'm here at the Parkville campus, but of course I'm thinking about everyone across the university at all of our campuses at Southbank, Dookie, Werribee, Hawthorn, Burnley, Creswick and in Shepperton. As I start this end of year message, I acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which all of those campuses stand. The Wurundjeri people, the Boonwurrung people, the Dja Dja Wurrung people and the Yorta Yorta people. I pay my respects to the Indigenous elders, past, present and emerging. None of us could ever pretend that 2020 has been easy. But recently, when I stood with colleagues at the Doherty Institute at the launch of the Australian Institutes for Infectious Diseases and Global Health, I reflected with great pride on the contributions that our colleagues have made to fighting COVID-19. I also remembered the great contributions of our colleagues in responding to the devastating bushfires just last summer. I reflected on the great contributions that have been made across all our faculties and disciplines. Overall, despite the huge challenges, I think that in 2020 we have witnessed a renaissance of the importance of universities to society. And our great university here at Melbourne has been a standout contributor. Our achievements, your achievements, have been truly outstanding. I thank you sincerely for all your great efforts. There is no better way to finish the year than with the news that our colleague, Dr. Kylie Moore-Gilbert, has been released from jail in Iran and is safely returned home to her family and friends. Many of us experienced an overwhelming sense of joy and relief that she had been released, and I am very grateful to the federal government and the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade for their efforts. I will also acknowledge and say a massive thank you to the many university colleagues who have been working so hard behind the scenes to help to secure her freedom and to support her and her family throughout this very difficult time. During these last weeks of the year, I've been asking colleagues, what are your biggest highlights of 2020? Everyone has their own view, of course. One that I will single out is the enormous shift involved in moving all of our teaching and research to a virtual campus model, away from the campuses where we love to work, to a totally online environment where few of us have ever spent so much time before. It's been very hard for everyone, for academic and professional staff, and of course for our students. And yet you've done it with extraordinary grit, turning a major challenge into a great success. By taking all our support services and our teaching and assessment online, you have kept our students on track for their degrees. Our research has continued to grow, and everyone has covered themselves with distinction by adapting their skills to the new environment. There are many highlights illustrating that success. We saw the work of many researchers from numerous faculties become critical to the national agenda in responding to COVID-19 throughout 2020. We saw exciting breakthroughs such as the first report of the successful use of the Stentrode technology, which seeks to increase self-directed movement in people who are severely paralysed. We saw the launch of the globally significant Indigenous Knowledge Institute. We saw major heartwarming efforts by staff to support our undergraduate and postgraduate students and our graduate researchers throughout the year. Every faculty and school has worked to encourage and support student creativity in the shift to the online environment. You can view some great examples of this work on the various faculty websites. Great efforts were made to recognise the achievements of our graduating students in the enforced absence of normal degree ceremonies. The university has developed emergency support and support grants for students in financial difficulty, as well as a mental health support line and initiatives like Second Bite, distributing good food to those in need. Over 1,000 donors contributed to the COVID-19 emergency appeal to support students in particular need. It was a big year in philanthropy more broadly, with major donations to support COVID-19 related research and projects of discovery in many other areas, including cross-disciplinary ones. The Peter Griffin and Terry Swan Foundation funded the Griffin Chair in Economic History, and Brenda Shanahan and family established the Shanahan Chair in Frontier Medical Solutions. These are just two examples of the extraordinary generosity of our donors. I am very proud of this community and the contributions they've made to the university at such a difficult time. Our IT people have done a fantastic job through all this, and so have those staff who kept working on campus to make everything COVID safe for our staff and students to return in the future. In other highlights, there were great public engagement initiatives, such as the terrific online series Life Beyond Coronavirus, The Expert View. The Roadmap to Recovery was published to advise governments, led by our university with expert help from the Group of 8. There were, as in every year, our signature Indigenous events, the Dungala Kaela oration and the Naarm oration, both excellent and both delivered to an even wider audience than ever online. And let's not forget that great public conversation on COVID-19 with Dr. Tony Fauci and our professors Sharon Lewin and Kshitij Kapoor. All of these initiatives underline our important role in bringing together the world's best minds to tackle the biggest problems. This theme is a key ingredient in the university's new strategy, Advancing Melbourne, which was also launched this year, and will guide us as an institution in the years to come. There was great work too in developing our university's diversity and inclusion strategy, and on that score, what a great win by Melbourne University Support, winning the highest honour for LGBTQIA+ initiatives at the 2020 Australian Pride in Sport Awards. Although we couldn't hold a traditional open day in August, people across the university worked hard to connect with future students through a brilliant series of online open days. The creativity of staff in every faculty and school was absolutely sensational in 2020. As Vice-Chancellor, I confidently say that you have done yourselves and your university proud. COVID-19 dealt us many challenges, including financial ones. Changes in government policy, such as the changes in fee structures and foreign relations legislation, will also challenge us in the future. But we can look forward to many positive steps in 2021, including a staged return to campus and the opening of Melbourne Connect. Above all, we can look forward to continuing to serve society's major needs through the vital education and research undertaken here at one of the world's great universities. Thank you for everything you've done for the University of Melbourne in 2020. And let us all look forward to recharging our batteries over the break so we can come back ready to make the very most of an exciting 2021.